After recent rumours that Newey is going to leave Red Bull, it does seem like he will not be the only one, as latest statements from Jos Verstappen confirm there are talks with other teams in the pursuit of his son Max. It's a known fact by now that Jos simply can't keep quiet for an extended period of time, but if we take into consideration how close both of them are and how Max argued that his father is anything but a liar, then we have to consider that Max might indeed be looking to move away from Milton Keynes despite having an overpowered car. Mercedes' obvious intention is to attract Max, as Toto Wolff is making no two ways about it. He wants Max either in 2025 or 2026, and the Austrian team principal will do whatever it takes to make this happen, even if it means getting Adrian Newey as well, which on the other hand does feel a bit unlikely given the current circumstances. The general feeling around the F1 media these days has been that if Newey goes anywhere, that would be Ferrari, which would be the most obvious, seeing as Fred Vasseur wants to make that super team with Hamilton. But also Newey was seen recently in Italy after the Chinese Grand Prix. Aston Martin are not that far behind because they can offer a lot, but Mercedes is also in the question. However, it is unknown as to exactly how that would work with James Allison still being there. But if Newey is a free agent, then a team like Mercedes, always striving for the top, would of course talk to him nonetheless. We know how much of a freefall the Silver Arrows have been in the last few years, and they really do need to try something new. And that new thing is a massive contract for Verstappen, valued at around $160 million US. It is more than double Verstappen's current salary at Red Bull, believed to be around $55 million. Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton currently earns an estimated $45 million per season, but that's set to rise drastically when he moves to Ferrari in 2025, with his pay reportedly set to be as high as $87 to $100 million US per season at Ferrari. Though investment into Hamilton's Mission 44 organisation and other bonuses take that total of the deal far, far higher. The report claims that Verstappen will meet with Mercedes at the upcoming Miami Grand Prix this weekend, and that Mercedes are also hoping to bring across senior Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko, the 80-year-old who has overseen the team's junior driver program since the team was founded in 2005. Marko has a close relationship with Verstappen, but his future at Red Bull has been under a cloud following the messy drama surrounding team boss Christian Horner that raised tensions within the champion team. So much so, Verstappen's team are now considering his options, especially if Adrian Newey also leaves. The only question seems to be 2025 or wait for the new engine regulations and cars in 2026. To be honest, it's not surprising that the Verstappen camp ensured an exit clause in the contract. Looking back at Max's contract signing until 2028, there's a revealing remark from his manager when asked about committing amid an impending engine change, which hinted at the anticipated Porsche partnership, reportedly driven by Mateschitz before his passing. However, Horner intervened, persuading Mateschitz that Porsche sought excessive control, advocating for Red Bull's independence. Horner's influence in scuttling the Porsche deal likely left the Verstappens feeling deceived, and this marked the start of a power struggle. Concerns about Red Bull's direction post-2026 prompted them to push for an exit clause despite potential harm to the team's stability. Regardless of the reasons behind it, the refusal to sell half of the team to Porsche was likely the right decision. I doubt Marko would have been on board with such a move. However, it remains a fact that the Verstappens anticipated a Porsche engine for 2026 when they signed the contract. With Mateschitz initially in favour of a partnership, their expectations were set accordingly. The eventual outcome of a homegrown Red Bull engine with a Ford badge understandably left them uneasy, prompting their eagerness to secure an exit route if needed. And that exit route is what Jos was talking about when he was asked about this whole Newey situation that arose and how that will affect the future of his son in Red Bull. The fallout of the Horner saga has clouded the beginning of Red Bull's season, in which they have continued their dominance, with Max Verstappen now on course for a 4th consecutive world title. But Newey's exit has raised fears for the future, having designed the cars that Verstappen has won very easily with, and his father Jos is very aware of the talent that Red Bull are set to lose. Normally, I won't say anything about it. What else can I say about it? I don't know anything else about it, Jos told Race Express. I know that there is basically a deal between him and Red Bull until 2025. We'll see about the rest. I can't say anything about that. We all know what he has achieved and how good he is. Jos also opened up on his son's future, which has been less certain than perhaps expected a few months ago, with his father insisting that there is plenty of interest and all options will be assessed moving forward. Max Verstappen has remained steadfast in his view that he only cares about his car's performance and that will decide his future, despite being contracted to Red Bull until 2028. But with new regulation changes in 2026 expected to favour Mercedes and Ferrari over Red Bull, his father is aware that considerations need to be made to other teams, perhaps opening the door to a potential exit with Newey. I think everyone really wants Max, Jos added. I think Max is in a good place at the moment. He has a fast car, but we also have to look further. We are also looking at 2026, so we are letting everything happen to us. We will remain very calm and see what will happen. At the end of the day, it will be Max's decision whether he will stay or leave, but his choice will undoubtedly be influenced by Jos's perspective, especially considering Jos's known sentiments towards Christian Horner. Jos has made it clear that he views 2026 and the subsequent regulatory cycle as very important, and while staying at Red Bull may guarantee another championship next year, there is a valid argument to be made about the team's long-term competitiveness, particularly with concerns over their engine program and potential staff losses. So for Max, it is wiser to join another team now, possibly securing a few wins next year, but not the championship, and then contend for more titles in a stronger position afterward. Yes, but only if there's skepticism about Red Bull's competitiveness beyond 2025. Max, like any astute observer, recognises the performance trends, including Mercedes' recent regression, and had Mercedes been slightly stronger this year, Max's decision might have been more complicated. However, he isn't oblivious to Mercedes' current challenges, and this realisation contributes to his contemplation of alternative options. For Red Bull, no matter what happens, it will be a major blow if they lose any one of Verstappen and Newey, because they are the pillars of the team currently. If you don't have your most talented driver in years and one of the best engineers in F1 history, then you are going into a new era of regulations, severely crippled already, and with the rumours going around that Red Bull and Mercedes have much better engines, then it is very possible that Red Bull might be downgraded to a team similar to what Mercedes is right now, and that is a fight for P3 or P4 in the constructors' standings. As for Mercedes, if they can pull off these ambitious moves, it would indeed be a testament to Toto Wolff's leadership and how competent he is as a team principal, especially considering recent doubts raised over those capabilities and how he got into an already well-established Mercedes team. But only time will tell if Newey and Verstappen are open to going into a rebuilding team, a team that needs a lot of work to go back into contention for the top, because maybe Newey can be the guy to help the Silver Arrows do that. But Max Verstappen going to a team like Mercedes is right now would be a massive surprise. What do you think? Where will Verstappen end up if he does leave Red Bull? Let us know down in the comments below. We'll see you very soon in the next video.